this guide, we're going to cover views, specifically what views are, how you can use them, and how to make them part of your application. What you're looking at here is a view. You can see we can sort by name, for example. We can sort by created by, clicking twice, reverts it. If I want to see a particular record, I can click here to view it, or I can click here and drill in. Let's say, for example, to edit mode for that particular record. On any given tab, all my views are displayed on the left here. So, for example, I've got all, my, and search. When you make an object in Flex, it automatically generates these standard 3 views. So, for example, all is a list that displays everything. My is a view that's filtered so that it functions like an inbox. And search is obviously just a view with some filters added to it. If I want to edit a view, I go to Edit tab and then literally select the view. So we're going to choose all vacation requests. And the first thing I want to do is I want to change the columns. So I'm going to remove some of the columns that are there. I'm going to change the ordering, so move description up. Then I'm going to add one more column. So I can drill in here, for example, and choose owner. Okay. Now, while I'm at it, I can also add a filter. So let's say, for example, I wanted to filter on status. Scroll over here, then I can choose the status that I always want this to display. So for example, if I always wanted to show pending, then I would pick pending. But if we want to prompt the user so that they have to choose the status they want to search for, then we click this guy and it makes it dynamic. Then I can very easily add another filter, let's say to search by name, where the name starts with a particular string. Also, I can choose what to sort by. So let's say sort by employee by default. Okay, let's see how that looks. Now we can see our view. You can see we've got the different columns that were selected and the user is prompted to pick a status. So if I search for closed, for example, and search, then I get no records. Also, we can get a little bit more advanced with views and we can make them into a form of editable grid. So if I select editable, then it becomes editable, kind of like Excel. But if I choose quick add as well, then users are literally able to add new records in that view. So I click Save Changes, I close the pop-up and click my link again to refresh. And now instead of a standard view, I've got an editable grid where I can make multiple changes and add multiple records and save. You'll notice obviously validation still works even in this. If I want to create a new view, then it's Edit tab, Create New View. Now for this new view, you can choose whether it's public or private. Now public means that it's displayed to multiple roles, and I can choose which roles I want to show from this drop down. So for example here I can choose administrator. If I want it to be private, meaning it only displays to one user or me, then I choose private and then I pick the owner. Let's say Alan Stewart, for example. So I give it a name. So it's back to public. I'm going to leave it as my item, so it's going to filter automatically and only show me items that belong to me. I want to show 30 items per page, and then I'm going to pick a couple of default columns. I add some more columns, the name, and maybe the description, and save. And you can see now there's my requests.